Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video on this YouTube channel, and today I'm going to have a look at the frequency modulation synthesis in the Yamaha EX5. It's actually a quite well hidden feature. It's tucked away in some obscure sub-menus of the user interface, and the manual is very sparse on information too, but well, let's take a closer look at that. Okay, we're beginning with an initialized patch, and the first thing you want to do is head over to the comments page and change the voice type to AN, which is the EX5's virtual analog synth engine, and set the mode to poly so you can use duophonic voicing. Now, frequency modulation will only work with two oscillators or operators, so we need to bring up oscillator 2's volume a little bit. So head over to the amplitude page and then set the volume of oscillator 2 to 127. In this example, I want to use two sine waves to show the effects of frequency modulation. So go to the oscillator page, then press on VCO and set the edge parameter for both oscillators to 0. This will change the saw wave to sine wave. You can check that on the oscilloscope graph on the left hand side. Now open the algorithm tab and change the algorithm from only FM to FM both. In this configuration, oscillator 1 will be the carrier and oscillator 2 will be the modulator. Check it out on the oscilloscope graph. As I change the modulation depth, the wave shape is slowly transforming from a sine wave to a saw wave, and changing the modulation frequency transforms a wave to a square wave. I'm trying to recreate the classic FM piano sound here, so we need to change the FM modulation depth over time, and we can use the filter envelope generator for this, so select this as a source here. But before we do that, first change to the amplitude screen and set up the amplitude envelope so that we have a fast attack and no sustain, and a slightly longer release and decay. Next, open the filter screen and set the envelope generator depth to 0, so that the filter envelope will actually not control the filter cutoff frequency. Instead, it will control the frequency modulation depth as we set up earlier. Now let's set up the filter envelope, and as this is chained to the frequency modulation depth, it will control the brightness of the sound. So we want a fast attack and fast decay and fast release. So we will have a very bright sound in the beginning of the sound, and then it will fade away and get duller. So this it somehow resembles the chiming sound of an electric piano. Remember, oscillator 2 is the modulator here, so changing the pitch of oscillator 2 will change the brightness of the sound. So we can use the pitch envelope generator to change the pitch rapidly, so that the sound begins with a clicking metallic sound. And I'll finish the sound by adding a delay effect and the chorus effect. And adding a delay is a good idea on the EX5 because its virtual analog synth engine is only duophonic, which means it can only play 2 notes at the same time. Okay, and that's it. I'm done with the sound, and now I didn't explore the other algorithms on the EX5, but that may be the subject of another video. But I recreated exactly the same sound on the AM200, which boasts the same synth engine as the EX5, and here's a small demo of that. Yeah, and that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I have lots of other videos on the EX5 and other synthesizers. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching and see you next week. Bye bye.